Yeah, I think for me, like when I first played Subnautica, I kind of just got super distracted from the plot because I just wanted to build my base more. So it was really great working on base building in SN2, and I think the main difference I think is just so much more range in what you can do. You know, we have interior walls, we have like Anthony mentioned, all these cool window shapes. We just have like so much more customization, I think. So I feel like every time I go in and play test, I'm making something completely different. And then you see like things that other people are making, and you're like, oh, okay, I want to add that to my base. And just like being able to have that range is, I think, really great because, you know, I also have friends, I think, who are much more minimal base builders, and in our friends and family play test, you know, they're like, oh, this is great, I can make the smallest base possible. And I'm like, yeah, that's really cool actually. Like, fit it into this really tiny rectangle, like that's impressive. So just having all that range, I think, is really great.
Yeah, for me, I was never much of a base builder in Subnautica, but I think that the flexibility and how powerful our base building tools are now makes me kind of swim around the map. And when I see things, I'm like, oh, I could put a great base here, or what if I wrap like a room around this object? I'm always thinking, what can I do with the base system now? And I don't know what it is about it, but it just draws me to use it where I didn't in the previous games.
I pretty much relate to the studio apartment that Anthony said. So I'm excited to see how I can really build that out a little bit more. I'm also wondering, just as a follow up here, I know in like Subnautica Below Zero, a lot of people actually really liked the moon pool. Like that was such a cool um, base object to add. Are there anything that you can say um, that is added in Subnautica 2 that you're really looking forward to people exploring?
You mean, well, in terms of base building, I think it's seeing the degree to which we can continue to add what I call, or what we call, sculptural base building. You know, it's the stuff you see where we extrude things, right? From the world, you can extrude the walls and stuff. And originally we were thinking, oh, this is a tool for building walls. That was the extent we thought of it. But then people like Carolyn and the other people working on the feature were like, what if we let you do this with like a couch? What if we let you do this with like a spot to do farming and stuff like that? Like features that we know we're going to work on in the future. We started thinking about how we could make it to where now you could extrude these and make it different shapes and different sizes in a much more dynamic way that meant we didn't just make one prop and call it a day. And I think the stuff that lets people do that more in creative mode, I think we're going to see people that make bases. I already know for a fact because I've seen people play around and make bases that I was like, I didn't even know we could do it that well. It looks so cool. Like, you know, like where I'm like, I tried. It's like the difference between me playing with Legos and like a Lego Master Builder, right? And you're like, oh, I guess, you know what, I should just put it down, right? And like people can already accomplish amazing things with it.
A fun thing with the new system, like even though we don't have all of the base building features we had in some of the previous games, it's like because the system is so flexible, you can kind of make your own version already. Like you can make an aquarium like just by enclosing a space. Like we don't have aquariums, we want them, but you can already kind of make one. So just that level of freedom.
Yeah, I think I won't spoil anything, but I think Moonpool fans will enjoy Subnautica 2 for sure.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah, I'd actually say that we probably have one of our base building master builders here right now as well. I would call Carolyn one of our like master builders for all of that stuff. And so with that in mind, we're gonna jump into the next demo. So Carolyn is and obviously Anthony and Sam as well, but we're gonna show off what base building can do in this demo. So we're just gonna jump right across to that. So thank you everyone for taking the time to answer the questions.
It's time to do that gameplay demo of bases. I'm Anthony. I'm joined by Carolyn and Sam. Me and Sam didn't work on the feature, but Carolyn did, and we're here to build some bases. We've got our starting section we built before we started the stream, but we'll kind of show you what you can do with it. I'm not much of a base builder. I think Carolyn is much more so.
I'm not either, but I've figured out a couple of cool things I can build. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix up this monstrosity.
I am sorry.
Still a
We're sorry. We
monstrosity.
did our best. We're like kids playing with Legos, and then you get to be like the
Like,
mom who comes in
come
and
on,
says, "Oh,
guys.
honey, no."
Follow the
Nah,
instructions.
yeah. I know. Yeah, it has no windows. We're like, this is fine, right? We don't need natural light.
Yeah, I'm just topping off this observation tower with these half-round rooms. Not sure. Oh yeah, okay. Somebody added a ladder. Nice.
I didn't even realize the half round rooms could connect into one full rounded room like that.
Yeah. We can everything all works. You know. It's magic.
Wow.
I'm thinking we should put a moon pool here for our tadpole.
All right, let me come down so I can see.
we need some furniture. That's the most important part.
Yeah, you gotta set that. That place is like our vibe spot. You gotta put like a rug and stuff down.
Like a breakfast nook, but in an observation tower.
See, yeah, but like we can have that side, but then we need like the feeling side.
So do we each get a floor as our room? On this is.
That's an interesting way of doing it.
I usually make like the entrance area the utility spot so everything's just accessible.
That makes sense to me. I'm setting up my yoga spot upstairs.
I'm gonna put some mood lighting in for your yoga spot.
You can make like a super zen setup if you just put some moon pools. Let's see. Where is your yoga spot?
Oh, the very top.
Oh man, okay. Ah, this is cute. Love this.
This is where I come and, get my vibes going.
I want to do, let's see, like a water feature this floor. You can make like smaller moon pools basically. If there's enough space on the ground.
Ah, yeah, this first floor area has a lot of kind of. This is very utilitarian. See, this is about the extent I ever get to. I get to this point, and then I was like, that was it. There's my base.
I just spent a really long time doing stuff on the outside of the base and forgetting to put anything inside it. But it looks really cool.
When you're swimming up to it.
Yeah, and then you get inside and it's just empty.
Let's see.
Do this little. Get some lights in here.
Man, I literally never would have thought to put a moon pool on an upper portion of a base like this. Yes.
That's cool.
Do you know we can rotate our lights too?
I kind of did, but maybe not to that degree. This is all the stuff that I always forget to do. What about these soft lights?
Oh yeah. Gotta make a vibey spot. Let me see if I can do. If you like do the moon pool in a certain way, you can get like a little floating platform. I'm not sure if that still works. Let's see.
All the hacks.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of cool too. You can just do a little like plant area. decorative.
Welcome aboard.
I know everyone, we keep, I can tell we keep zoning out. That's the one thing about base building is sometimes you just end up
Yeah, absorbed.
spacing out in the work.
Oh, I was just focused on building windows. I forgot that we're meant to be talking.
I mean, I think that's a good sign, though. It's usually when you're watching someone play the game and they just lose themselves in the work. I think base building is very much one of those features that I usually call an "oh no" feature. And what I mean by that is like when you play Civilization and you're like, "oh no, it's 2 a.m."
Just one more build, just one more room. Yeah.
It is cool watching people build from the outside and seeing, oh man, it's already gotten so much more lively. The windows really make a big difference. The fact that you can shape them and not just have them be one stock shape.
Oh, we're out of
Such a cool addition from the farms that you just built in the dirt of Subnautica.
put a little spotlight in the corner there behind the plants. Looks quite nice.
Yeah, I guess one thing to call out, you can also place plants now, like using the builder tool instead of before we had this kind of grid inventory system, which I like because I get to rotate them and do arrangements.
Well, and also we'd kind of talked that someday we want to add in things like non-cultivatable stuff, but like the equivalent of like garden gnomes and rocks, so you can compose like a proper garden. But yeah, I already think I had no idea you could put a grow bed on a grow bed. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was like originally a bug in one of our playtests, and we were like, just make it a real feature.
So cool. Yeah, that already feels more like a garden than, you know, the singular sort of tree pot plants of Subnautica.
Oh, we had the same idea to light it.
Yeah, let's just put like 18 lights on it until our retinas are burned.
I don't know if you can still do it, but that was the thing where it just like you could have crazy amounts of lights.
Yeah. I mean, you can still build a lot of lights. I say do so at your but think of your poor PC at some point.
Welcome
You
aboard.
know, we also have like custom grow bed shapes for on top of corridors.
No. I've only ever tried to build them on top of roofs. That's awesome.
I didn't know you could build them on corridors.
Yeah, and it's cool that you can extend them out dynamically.
Yeah.
That is
Ah, that's cool.
That is so much more elaborate than I thought it would be.
Fits so nicely with the rails on the side as well.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to corridor 10 now that I know this.
You're gonna cover with plants. Oh yeah, wait, that's pretty cool. Like surrounded.
We'll come invade your corridor.
Oh, hold on. Don't come through the entrance yet until I'm ready.
Are you making a maze?
Welcome aboard.
Okay, yeah, now you can come in.
Oh man.
Oh wow, very nice. Have you been expecting me?
That's my favorite chair in the game because they gave it that pose. I think it's so good. Yeah, it's so good.
Oh man. One thing I realized we haven't made yet is like interior walls. I like to f with people by just like making mazes inside of.
Yeah, you can definitely mix it up.
Let's see. Last minute.
But yeah, I mostly put a loop around just because I think it's cool that you can enclose things properly if you want, which I know is like an old feature. People used to trap leviathans and stuff. I'll be curious to see what people kind of dream up of being able to do with it. But just the fact that you can put all these windows and stuff now in the corridors just makes them feel like they have so much more like utility for beauty and stuff too. Look at our majestic tower. It's like a project planner's nightmare over there though.
Yeah.
Every floor is different sizes. The windows don't match.
It's art, okay? It's art.
I like it. It's uniquely ours.
Yeah.
What's as someone that worked on it, Carolyn, what's your favorite part of base building? Like, what's the feature that you feel like excited you the most?
I mean, I guess most of the time I say windows. Just because, I don't know, they just look so good. Yeah. And like, you can, I don't know, like, especially combined with all of the fancy lighting, like, it just, you know, it feels like you can just make a window shape and then you get these crazy, like, pretty shadows. It's like very low effort, I guess, compared to, like, it feels like you just make a tiny decision and it just looks totally different.
And the fact that they let in light into the pool and like real
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
It makes it the big difference. I know that you're not as much of a base builder, Sam, as you're more like me, but what about you? What's your favorite sort of part of that?
Well, first I have to ask who trapped me in with jars.
That was me. I was like, Sam left himself open for an opportunity. I'm taking it.
I was building a nice shrine to this cat poster.
I know, man. I can't help myself. You had your back turned, and I had the jars open, and I was like, it's now or never.
I think for me, it's the lights. The lighting in the game's so nice as it is. It's really nice to be able to just place lights and see what kind of the lighting engine does. Especially at night when you've got like this dome thing surrounded, blasting lights at it, watching the creatures do their thing. So I guess for me, it's the interaction with the bases with everything else rather than just the bases themselves.
Yeah. I think ultimately the base building system already is so robust that the things that people do continue to surprise me with it. You know, when I first started using it, I was like, well, this is cool, but I think all you're going to do is build big flat square rooms. And like, clearly that's not the case. It just took someone that was more creative about base building than me to actually take a look at it and see what you could do. And I think the sort of fun exploits that players end up doing in creative and regular mode, I think will be really cool. And clearly you can build big elaborate bases all spaced out kind of crazy. But, you know, some people I know are like, oh, is there going to be enough space in multiplayer for us all to have our own bases? I think the answer is pretty much yes. We're doing multiple bases in a really small part of the world. So
I mean, I don't think anyone on the dev team has spent, 20, 30 hours building a single base yet, like some of the players are.
I look forward to the YouTube videos of the person that's like, I built a 8-kilometer single corridor base. Like, you go.
I can't wait to see all the time lapses of people building their bases, filming it with another player, making elaborate bases that are all interconnected with corridors, and it's gonna be great.
We annoyed Carolyn to the point where she had to build her own secret base that was separate from our madness, which I understand. But that's the power of this. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it, and we hope that you build a lot of interesting creations and share them with us.
Yeah, all of that sounds incredibly fun. Like, I loved how they talked about the elongating tool, where you can elongate the farms. You can put windows everywhere, like with the lighting. That's going to be great with the engine. And then also, like, hey, Moonpool fans out there, right? We're gonna have the Moonpool for the Tadpool, pool, Moonpool. You know what it is, right? It's up to your imagination on anything that you can build in Subnautica 2, it seems like. You're only limited by that. But there is something that you will be able to get physically, right? Isn't that right, Danya?
Oh, yes. So we have worked with Microsoft on something incredibly cool. We have these awesome custom controllers that are Subnautica themed, and we are going to be able to give away some of them to the community. So on screen, you should be able to see what they look like and also be able to see where you can go to enter to potentially win one. So use the instructions on screen, or there will probably be a link in chat or a prompt that you can put in, like a command that you can put in to get everything. Follow the instructions once you get on the landing page for how to enter, and good luck, because these are very limited supplies, so not very many people are going to get their hands on these. So I really sincerely hope that you love these as much as we loved working with Microsoft to basically bring them to life.
They look really cool. They look really cool.
Next up, we're actually gonna play a little game. Nothing too crazy, just a simple little higher and lower game. We're gonna bring some of the devs in, but here's the twist: we are also going to have you play. You're gonna go up against the dev.
Oh, okay, so it's me versus the devs. Okay, yeah, you know what? I don't know as much about Subnautica as they likely do. We'll see how that goes.
Let's say hello to the developers who have just joined us. So we'll start with Scott, then we'll go to Aaron, and then Artyom. Say hello and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Scott McDonald, also known as Abraxas everywhere on the internet, and I am the creative media producer at Unknown Worlds, working on cool videos and trailers and stuff.
I'm Erin Millings. I am lead producer on the SN2 project, and as everybody knows, I have my love of unicorns.
And I'm Artyom. I'm a level designer. I'm working on the world of Subnautica 2.
Amazing. So, this game is a simple higher or lower game. You're going to be asked a question, and in that question, it is going to ask you if something is higher, lower, bigger, smaller than the other thing. When you think you know the answer, you've got a buzzer. Buzz in. If you are the fastest person in, you get to answer. Feel free to give a little spiel or explanation for why you think it's the right answer. If you are correct, you get a point. If you are incorrect, the second fastest person will be able to steal your point, as long as they say the correct answer if they remember what you answered. So if that is all clear and you are all ready, we can move on and I can ask the first question.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Bring it on.
It's going to be great.
Hey. Hands at the ready to buzz in. First question. In seconds, which item has the lowest runtime? The ion battery or the ultra high capacity oxygen tank? Scott is so fast. Scott is so fast. He buzzed in so quick. Okay, Scott, go ahead. What do you think the answer is?
I'm pretty sure it's the ultra high capacity tank because it has quite a few minutes worth of oxygen in it. So that's my answer. I think it's that one.
Ding ding ding, you are correct. It is the ultra high capacity oxygen tank.
Nice. How do you even know that? It's been so long. Oh God.
Testing
I-
for
like,
many years.
It's not fair. He's literally in the Subnautica world. Like he's on. It's not. It's an unfair advantage. I call malarkey.
Okay, buzzes have been reset. We're moving on to the second question. So, is the maximum depth of the safe shallows higher or lower than 200 meters? Fastest this time was Aaron. Aaron, go for it.
Lava zone.
Was the maximum depth of the safe shallows higher or lower than 200 meters? It is higher. Incorrect. Which means Point Crow, who was second fastest, you get to steal this if you get it right.
There. You just get to steal it. I thought about it.
Could be any answer, honestly. But if I just had to guess out of all of the options, it's lower. I know this because whenever I was doing my Subnautica playthrough, I was really focusing in on that meter depth because I was terrified of going anywhere outside of the shallows.
Yep, you are right. The safe shallows is lower than 200 meters at its deepest point. It's about 100 meters max, give or take, with a little bit of a split. Okay, resetting the buzzers, so you are ready to buzz in again. Which biome is at a lower depth? The lava lakes or the Lost River? Oh, Artyom got in so fast there.
Come on, Artie.
All right.
Artie was
So-
quick off the draw.
I have to go with the lava lakes being deeper, and that's because lava hot and planet center hot.
I mean, that's a heck of an explanation, but you are also correct. Yes. So the lava lakes are around 1,300 meters, and then Lost River is between 525 and 1065. So, yeah, you are correct.
Artie, that was the
Okay.
best explanation as to why. That's the
Yeah.
thing that matters. The
It makes
explanation
sense.
why.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's exactly why they designed it like that as well. Like, that's...
Whoever designed it, you know, that one person that did.
Okay. Buzzers are reset. We're on to the next question. Is the length of a ghost leviathan higher or lower than the length of the Ponte di Rialto Bridge in Venice? Point Crow, you were the fastest this time.
Okay. All right, hear me out on this. All right, so there's the Ghost Leviathan. There's two of them. There's the one in the Lost River, which is small. It's actually like a baby Ghost Leviathan, if I remember. And then there's the giant Ghost Leviathan on the outer reaches, the out of bounds part of the map. And that one's huge. So you know, if you had to put that up against a bridge, it's clearly bigger than anything else. I mean, I've seen. I don't know, I'm a connoisseur of those videos that do the comparisons of each Leviathan compared to the player, and it keeps going, and then that Leviathan, the out of bounds Ghost Leviathan, is the biggest. And like, it's huge. Like, it has to be bigger than the bridge. I mean, think about like if you cut the Ghost Leviathan up into really small chunks, like the amount of sushi that you could create from its flesh could feed everybody on that bridge, crossing that bridge for at least 3 years. Easily Ghost Leviathan is bigger.
You are correct. And that is
Thank you.
quite possibly the best explanation we're ever going to get for an end.
Thank you.
I do have a follow-up with that. So, Ghost
Yes.
Leviathan cut up into sushi with or without wasabi?
I mean, clearly without wasabi, right? Like you see like the actual environment of the Lost River. I feel like that gives it a special kind of a spice, a little umami flavor. The way it's raised. So I don't. I